On learners in all basic education institutions will be at home for the next 10 days after schools closed for a 10 second term holiday. While term 3 will be an examination period, anxiety is mounting among grade 6 learners, teachers and parents who are waiting for the formation of the CBC review task force, whose recommendations might affect the planned grade 6 national summative examination between November 28th and the 30th. Shadrach Miti looks at why term 3 will be critical in determining the future of CBC and the fate of grade 6 learners.
While announcing the government's plan to set up a CBC review task force to decide the future of the competency-based curriculum, whose implementation is at grade 6, President William Ruto acknowledged the anxiety that has captured the country over next year's double transition of both grade 6 and class 8 learners who are expected to join secondary school.
We are particularly alive to the anxieties of parents on the twin transition of the last 844 class and the first CBC class in January next year. I assure all that there will be a solution to the matter before then.
It is estimated that 1.2 million learners under the CBC will transit to junior secondary school in 2023. Another 1.3 million learners will join Form 1 in the same year under the 844 system. This makes it 2.5 million learners joining secondary school next year. Given mixed signals and divided opinion, it remains unclear whether grade 6 learners will sit the exams as scheduled, with many still questioning if, indeed, their transition to junior secondary will go on as per the original plan. However, majority want timelines for the task force to be cognizant of the need to urgently solve the challenge of double intake and training of secondary school teachers for CBC delivery. The government has constructed 9,700 new CBC classrooms, besides training 55,000 secondary school teachers on the delivery of CBC and junior secondary.
So for the purposes of this year, the 20,000 classrooms are available at 21,000. Now it will be the duty of the incoming government to ensure that another 20,000 classrooms are built next year.
The previous task force, established in 2019 by Education Cabinet Secretary George Magoha and chaired by Professor Fatma Chege, was required to undertake broad stakeholder engagement, review literature and identify international best practices on transition of grade 6 cohort and standard 7 and 8 pupils in 2023. Domiciling of grade 7, 8 and 9 within basic education structure, competency-based assessment for the reformed curriculum, and identification of schools to host the pathways and tracks in senior secondary school, while considering equity and cost-effectiveness. The 17-member task force was also supposed to look at strategies and work plans to prepare the country for implementation of senior secondary pathways and tracks in 2026, including infrastructural and human resource requirements, community service learning, and parental empowerment and engagement programs. Yet, there is still no unanimity on how CBC should be implemented. If stakeholders are not differing on the domiciling of junior secondary, they are arguing about the preparedness of teachers to handle CBC or the role of parents and whether they have been well equipped and empowered.
We should domicile grade 7, 8 and 9 in primary schools. And we have reasons. It is basically about infrastructure.
The membership of the 2019 task force was drawn from the Minister of Education, religious organizations, private schools, teachers' unions, parents' association, and head teachers' association, among other recognized individuals and professional bodies. However, focus will be on the membership of the task force, timelines, and terms of reference. Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
Still in education, the 94th edition of Kenya National Music Festivals are underway in the county of Kisumu. The festivals, being held at Kisumu Boys and Kisumu Girls, will feature performances from primary, secondary,